Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today is Friday. Friday is request day. Today's map was requested by the creator, who is a BonBon buddy themselves, and was voted in by the other BonBon buddies over on BonBon Buddyland. Yes, patreon.com/BonBonB. Join me over there just for $1 a month, and you too can vote on which map is going to come up next week and the week after, and so forth, and maybe even give your own map a vote, because you can be selfish. Nothing wrong with that at all. Isn't that right, Horanth? No, nothing at all wrong with that. Anyway, let's crack on and do some daily remindering, and then we'll have a look at today's map, shall we? That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Right, today's map is a little bit quirky. It's Regindi by Horanth. I say quirky, there's lots of interesting things going on. Some of you will hate it, I know it. Some of you will love it, and so we'll give it a proper look. Anyway, you start square, lots of build plane right in the middle of those two roads there. We'll have a look at those a bit later on. The terrain height, it's a pretty flat map, so it's going to be nice and easy for those of you that like a nice easy build. So those of you sort of people like you will love it. There's your resources, very defined where those are. Now you'll notice the top right hand corner it says Euro as the theme, but when you look down this list of required items, which is quite a longish list, you'll see that it's suggesting the Starburg theme. Well, Euro is the one that auto-loaded, so I'm going with that one. Plus, I think it's probably a better theme as well, although Starburg's pretty strong. We'll be using the Northeast Landscapes a lot. There's quite a few bits and pieces to subscribe to, including loads of little roundabouts and things like that. However, this is the one-click collection. Doesn't exactly match up with the required items list on the main page. It's close, but there's one or two bits that don't quite tie in, so it's whatever. It's whatever. Just make sure you've got all of them, just to be doubly sure. Now we're going to start the review in this really nondescript part of the map. This part of the map is a part that you will not be looking at when you start playing. It's a bit on the, well, nondescript side, really. It's mostly hills with a road cutting through them with very little finesse in places. Like here we've got, yeah, right, that's not a real cutting. That would never happen. And of course, you see there, we're definitely going to get Blue Mantle if you pull back far enough, because of the way that it just forces the terrain mesh too hard. There it is, Blue Mantle. If you, not that you're going to pull back that far just to see the Blue Mantle, that would be ridiculous, but I thought I'd point that one out. And so I'm choosing this part of the map because this is the part of the map you just want to get out of the way. I want to get this out of the way, then we can start looking at the map proper. There's quite a lot of good stuff, a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of quirky stuff as well, so plenty to talk about and think about. But this particular road is actually relevant because it does lead down to the start square, and those of you will know that if a road leads down to the start square, it will bring traffic in from the outside world, which is always interesting as well. Comes out of the mountains now here we go, it's the map proper. Hello. Lots of trees, lots and lots and lots of trees, and this bridge, now love it or hate it, it's a big bridge. Okay, it's not a preference of mine like this, I'm not a big fan, but it does the job, and Horanth is definitely one for getting the job done. Do you remember the IOW map? That was their work. Haha, love it. While the bridge is not my taste, this ramp I hate. I've got to say, I'm just not buying into this ramp at all on the other side, but I guess you've got to get up to that height if you've got to get up to that height. Heads down to ground level, and we're going to nip underneath the rail. We'll check the rail out later, but this is okay actually as rail bridges go. I'd rather it was road over rail, but it's not that much of an issue, to be honest with you. And then down towards the start square, and we have a roundabout here, decorated, and we've seen this roundabout before. I think it was one of Zosso's maps, and it's a glorious piece of work, this one. I don't remember who made this. It's all credit to the creator of the original roundabout asset. It's a marvellous thing, and very good to see it used in the map. Very nice. Now, we're into the start square here, and all that space there is open for you to build into. If I pull right up, remember, it just connects up the highway with that solitary road there. Does cause a bit of a problem, because once you connect them both up, you'll get a lot of traffic coming through the middle of your city, so bear that in mind when you start building. But one thing you will need when you've got a lot of traffic coming through your city is parking. And today's asset of the day is the JP Monthly Parking Lots Pack by Ryuichi Kaminogi. And there are 3 parking lots in the lot pack. They are very nicely done, and they just look pucker. Ryuichi doesn't half know how to make some stuff, and it's surrounded by these are walls which come as part of the pack. These are made by Takachi 269, so it's a bit of a dream team, and lovely they are too. Factoids, because factoids. What have we got? The very first shoes with heels. Bet you never really thought about that now, did you? The first shoes with heels appeared in 1595 and caused a sensation. A sensation, I tell you. I don't know whether I believe that. It's probably just a load of cobblers. Ba-bum. Anyway, let me come in here, see if we can read this sign. There's a Teflon number on the bottom of that sign. Can you read that? 0123456789. Yeah, okay, I don't advise calling that number. But anyway, JP Monthly Parking Lot Pack by Ryuichi Kaminogi, today's asset of the day. Back to the roads now. This is very much the crossroads of the entire map. We can't loop around. There's no obvious route around the map, if I'm honest with you. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. On this one, there really isn't. Whichever way we go from there, we're going to reach the clouded edge, the fog, the edge, which I've switched the fog off today, by the way, guys, because there's plenty to see deep in the fog that we kind of do want to see. And we've got some more detailed roundabouts going on. We've got this. This is lovely. This I love. I've never seen this one. This is new to me. I like this. This is cool. Yeah, I get you moan all you like about the hedges and the bushes clipping through the hedges. No. Overall, I think that's a nice piece of work. Well done. The map very flat, huge amounts of flat build plane, which some of you won't like because you'll like to be forced to go away from the grid, and some of you will like because you will want to stick to the grids. But there be your options, you know. And now, forewarned in advance, we're going to get to a point very soon that may make you feel sick. I don't mean that as a bad work from Horanth, it's not. You'll understand what I mean in a minute. The next intersections are like this one. What we got here, though, is that heads off to the fog down the highway, National Road. We have got 3 lanes here merging into one. Not sure I like that. In fact, that's really, strictly speaking, 4 lanes. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes merging down into one. That might be a little bit of an overkill. But yes, you may, if you've just had your breakfast or you've got a bit of a hangover, you may want to skip forward about 1 minute. I did warn you, okay? We'll just check out this intersection first of all. This one, it's 1 or 2 ramps on here that are a little bit on the steep side for my preference, which you can also see when you actually go down to first person mode. Climb up the ramp and you'll see we start glitching through the actual tarmac. It's so steep. There we go, glitching through it, and when we come back out on the other side, that's fine. And then we do have, you'll notice, can we drive round you? Yeah, we've got those. Yes, low hanging table lamps on the actually on the tarmac itself. One on the matching one on the opposite side. We've got another lovely decorated roundabout going on here. 5 lanes going around it though. Do we need 5 lanes? Maybe we do. Anyway, hang on to your hats. We're going to have a ride. You ready? Are you ready? Hanging on. Whoa. Holy crap. Oh, God, no. Stop. I want to get off. Okay. I did warn you. You think that's bad? You're probably still spinning a bit now. Wait till you follow this road. Where are we going with this road? Where are we going with the... Why? What? Way? Why? Why are we snaking so much? Is it really necessary? It takes us up to this roundabout. Hey, this roundabout makes no sense at all to me. We've got 5 lanes going around, but we've got shark versus crocodile. Again, a roundabout I've not seen before. I like it. I like it. I think the location for shark versus crocodile, this far away from any water, makes no sense whatsoever. Nor the bending, winding road when we're spinning heads still from me being a complete jerk. That roundabout previously. The rail, it's pretty flat, so therefore there won't be too many problems. Already mentioned that I think I would prefer in this case the roads to be going over the rail, but honestly there's not really too much to moan about because the slopes, the ramps leading up to the bridges are very gentle. They are very gentle. The bridges are about as low as you want them to be, and that's pretty gentle. I can deal with that. There's not going to be any derailment because of these. So it's been done well. It's not to personal taste, but it's been done well. And then we'll head off down this way, and we'll come across another one of those bridges. There's a train there. Hello, train. Goodbye, train. Dearie dear. I'm still spinning. I'm still spinning. Drugs are great, you know, kids. Drugs are really good. Tic Tacs, they're my favourite, especially the lime and mandarin ones. Oh, I love them. Anyway, we'll follow the road off this way. Now, no, the rail. Now, it's going to do something what looks very odd. Which looks very odd in a moment. Help. And it just goes into a tunnel. Now, why are we going into a tunnel? Where does that emerge? Because it looks pretty flat lands down here. And if we come over here, you'll see it emerges over here. Now, is this going underground for a reason? Let's turn the terrain lines on. And if you look here, it's pretty flat here. Okay, that's flat lands there. But if we go back down to where it suddenly dipped in, actually we're going up into a plateau. And that does make some kind of sense. Short of circumnavigating the hill itself, finding another way. The sirens go past my window. Thank you, sirens. I'll tell you what. Let's have one of these.
Are you confused by all those buttons running along the top and bottom of the screen? And what was that icon for again? Does anyone know? Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to the User Interface. Click the information button now.
And now the sirens have gone and the intermission's gone. Let's have a look at the shipping routes by Horanth in Regindi. We've got one right off on the edge there. That's right in the fog. You probably won't be using that at all. This one's more usable. It follows the river up. And it's going to loop around and come back down this way. That way there, you see. We'll head up this way and we've got bridges which are definitely high enough. Made very, very special care that they were high enough, didn't you, Horanth? Well done. Comes back this way, down here, through there, around there, back to where we started. Understood. Water flow. Now, we've got this weird thing here, which is not a river or a canal or something. But we do have water motion. Let's check to see whether that is indeed... Yes, that's the water source there. It's going to drain everything away and the water's going to come in from the edge of the map to replace it. And so, yeah, you're going to be okay. Still a little bit of care required, I think, so as not to poison your citizens. But we've got plenty of water there in the start square. Bit of rock detailing, quite like the way that that's been done there, and a couple of loops. That kind of makes sense, sort of. Fields, well, they make sense because they are definitely fertile land and they are, well, outlined to make sure you know where they are. They're stylistic. I think the only word for it is the stylistic, as in the 70s pop group. Oh, do you remember them? Over here, I don't. No, I don't. No, my parents, they were into the stylistics. Loving the detailing here. This is nice, pretty work. Actually, this is Horanth's work. You can tell it's Horanth's work rather than a downloaded asset. And again, over here, a nice little bit of detailing there. I quite like that as well. That's all good work. Quite happy with that. And again, 5 lanes. Why do we need 5 lanes around the roundabout? I don't know. Mountains. Bold, brassy, brash. No foliage around them, but they're pretty bold and brassy and brash. Not sure we need that tunnel. You might disagree with me. I can see why it's there, and it's done quite well. I just don't believe it, really. And then again, down here, this part of the map, which you probably won't be using if you've got the fog switched on, is we've got another roundabout down here. I think we've seen this one a few times, like this one as well. Good detailing, just a weird place to have. I guess it opens up a bit more space to build a secondary town or something for a bit of fun. What more have we got? Ooh, it's a castle. We've got a castle down here on the river. We've got some kind of moat type thing to cross the river. That's okay. Not buying the castle, but I don't hate it either. Okay, that's the best credit I can give this. It's shaped a bit like a submarine. It's fine. It's fine. What I don't really buy into, and I know this has been explained to me in the past, is these. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get in once that wall's rebuilt. You won't get in. It's very defendable, but basically you can't get back out either. Unless, of course, there's tunnels. There could be tunnels from here to the main castle. Now that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I reckon they dug tunnels from here to the middle of the castle, and that would be the way of getting in and out of them, rather than bringing your own ladder. Yeah, there you go. Tunnels. Well, you go. Magic tunnels. They can use magic tunnels. Canya's back, by the way. He's being reviewed tomorrow. One to look forward to. We've got a Bonbon Island, although it's not really. It's an island that I think was attempted to be a Bonbon Island, but I'm not really living this, to be honest with you. Yes, it's the Essential Lighthouse. It's a very well placed vanilla jetty as well. No grumbles with that, really. I don't know what's going on with this house. I don't know what's going on with this house. But yes, it's an island with things on it. Was there anything else I wanted to show you? There's definitely something else I wanted to show you. Like trees. We've got trees. I don't mind the tree placement. They're just kind of... They're in lines. Like some of them are in actual lines like this. Look at that. Now, I know plantations and all this, but I don't know that I'm buying this as a plantation area. And some areas, parts of the plantation here aren't lines, or they're not entirely straight lines. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's a glitch between like the tree brush and maybe some other mod that's causing some kind of line effect. But yeah, like down here, it just looks like lines, but when you come in closer, it's not quite. It's very, very odd. I don't fully understand. This is definitely a line though, and that could just do with polishing out with the smoothing tool, because straight lines don't really work with this landscape. Oh, and we've got a little marshy, boggy type area as well, which is okay. I don't really buy into this again as a real thing, but as a marshy, boggy type area, it's very good. Just would it be there like that? I can understand, yeah, river breaking its banks, but I don't buy the river will break its banks there. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a nonsensical map. I kind of like that in some way. Does that make sense? Sort of. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Personally, no for me, but I can see that it has some definite charm. It definitely has charm. There's no question. If there were stars for charm, this would get 5 stars. Definitely. If there isn't stars for charm, there's stars for aesthetics. And there are bits about it that I think are 4-star areas, but they are few and far between, and mostly are basically things like plopped roundabouts, which is somebody else's work. Sort of. I can actually say that about plopped trees as well, I guess. But anyway, aesthetically, it's okay. It's okay. Gets 3 stars. Detailing. Nothing majorly wrong with the map. Nothing majorly poppy about the map. It's okay. Again, I'm going to give it a high-ish 3. Like a 3 2/3 3, you know? Then the gameplay potential. You could argue either way for this one. It does nothing for me, but I think it is just about worth the 4th star. Just. Regindi by Horanth. Yeah, 4 stars for gameplay. It's got plenty of build plane. There's nothing to hold you back on it. There's potential for a little bit of traffic chaos in the city when you start building in that start square and connect up the roads. But it's kind of okay, you know? I just about, because of the huge amount of build plane and there's no issues with it, I think we can just about give the 4th there. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the return of Icania and old map on the screen now. Do go and check that one out, won't you? Go on, off you go. Off you Todd. See you later.